But what they find through the research is that eating, first of all, lots of fruits and vegetables actually is associated with better mental health and
Hmm.
better mindset. The fruits and vegetables have a lot of antioxidants in them, and they seem to
Hmm.
help our brain chemicals. So, you might
Right.
have heard of things like serotonin and
Hmm.
dopamine. They play a role in how we feel. When we're
Hmm.
eating lots of fruits and vegetables and plant foods, it has the precursors for those different brain chemicals. So
Hmm.
they do find eating fruits and vegetables is good for our food and mood. And then, for being fully plant-based, there is some research, especially if someone's eating a lot of whole plant foods, that can be associated with feeling better emotionally as well. So,
Right.
and another thing we don't realize too, KD, is that meat and dairy is actually inflammatory, as are a lot of processed foods too, highly processed foods. But meat and dairy have inflammatory compounds, and so inflammation affects our brain
Mm.
as well as it affects our physical body. So
I
it can
believe
make
that.
us more depressed if we have a lot of inflammatory foods that we're eating.
I believe that. I believe that 100% because when I switched to being a plant based, well, let me say it this way: when I start eating more plant based food, because a lot of people think like the Beyond Meat and the Impossible Meat is plant based. It's not plant based. But like plant based is like me eating on mushrooms and chickpeas stuff like that. I feel rejuvenated. I feel a lot better. It sit well in my stomach. And I feel, I don't know, mentally clear with certain situations as well. It's kind of crazy. So me mentioning that from my experience, you eating, I believe you said whole grain. How you pronounce that word? Whole.
Yeah, sometimes they use the term whole food, plant-based as a way to like,
Okay.
because it's vegan in that there's no animals involved, but it's a specific way of eating vegan where you're trying to eat as much whole foods that are like more like you'd see them if they came out of the ground. Maybe not not 100%. You're gonna like, for example, hummus would be considered a whole food because it comes from chickpeas, but it's ground up. So,
Right.
um,
So what I want to ask, how do you feel mentally, physically, since you've been eating on the whole food diet?
yeah, overall good. I mean, it's not that I don't have ups and downs like anybody might, I do, but it gives me like a groundedness that I think helps me to cope better with the ups and downs.
Right.
So, as you were mentioning, feeling clearer, I feel clear, I feel good. I don't have all the roller coaster I once maybe had when I was eating a lot more junk and sugar. And for me, getting rid of dairy felt actually very good. Cleared up sinuses as well as made me feel just better overall.